This is Nicole. Thank you for joining us at A Cherry on Top. This month, our YouTube pop is full of inspiration using layering stencils. They are my favorite. I'll be playing with Gina Design's floral stencils, stamps, and dies, and I am also going to be playing with 49 and Market's Wherever collection. All of these are available in the shop. So to begin, I have a bunch of things on my desk. I don't really have a plan. I'm totally going to wing it. I had some things that I pulled out that I may use. I am cutting down the cardstock to measure 8.5 by 11. And then the yellow mustard cardstock, I'm cutting that down an inch smaller. I think I actually cut it down too short, but that's okay. And then I'm going to use a strong adhesive so that I can mount that to the center. I was going to do a straight center, but then I wanted to tilt it because of the balloons in the photo. I kind of wanted it to be off center. I'm using the washi tape, and I'm placing that across the center of the layout, 2 different little strips. I love this washi. It's so nice. It has a nice feel, and it's a nice quality as well. So I'm going to place down the photos. I'm not mounting anything down, and I normally don't until I know for sure that I want to use the embellishments and I'm happy with the placement. So really, I'm just looking through all the laser cuts, dies, and the chipboard that I have from the 49 Market collection to see what I want to use. I'm cutting out the journal spot from the cut apart sheets, just totally playing. Like I said, I have no plan when I started this thing. I do like the transparency film strips, and I thought that would be fun in the background. So I cut one down slightly smaller, tucked that behind the photo so that it's going down the middle of the layout. And then I'm playing with some of the words to see if they will work on the layout. I love using big titles and small sentiments on my layout. So I was looking through the die cut to see what was in there that I could use for the layout. And I do like the rubber ones. 49 Market's rubber ones are really great. And they add so much to the layout. So I decided that I'm going to put some down. And I thought it would make a really fun background to kind of break up the cardstock. Because I wanted a plain background, but I do like some designs to show through. I didn't want it to be too clean. So I added some rubber ones. Now I'm happy with the placement of all the embellishment. So I'm going to glue them down. And I'm gluing down the photo for the right side of the layout. And then for the second one, I kind of want to make it pop up off the page a little bit. So I'm going to use some foam squares or foam strips to pop that up a little bit. And I'm tucking a little tag die cut and some leaves. The laser cut dies in 49 Market's collection, they are so pretty. And I love that you get so many to play with. And so I used a little bit of rubber on the balloon. And I'm just placing down some embellishments here and there. And making sure everything has a nice flow. And then I'm going to glue down the rest of the embellishments. Seriously, this is such a fun layout. I just love how it's coming along together. And everything looks so nice together. I still haven't used the layering stencils, and we are going to get to that. I just want to get everything down first. And then I'll add another butterfly that I plan on making using the stencils and the stamps from Gina's designs. I really wanted to use the laser cut cluster embellishment, but there was just no room, and I really was determined to use those balloons, and it just didn't work for this layout. I'm not giving up on it though. but I still tried a couple of times while I was putting everything together and moving embellishments around to kind of see if they look nice. See, I'm back at the balloons again. But I do have an idea for those. So right now, I'm going to just put that aside because I'm still playing with the balloons and I got a little frustrated with it. So I'm like, let me just put it aside. And now I'm going to use Gina's stencils to create some flowers. I didn't really plan on using the flowers. Mainly, I just wanted to see how the ink would look. And it looked a little too light for the layout for the flowers. So I did finish doing with that the sheet just so that I can keep them for another project. But my main thing was I wanted to use the butterfly. Gino's stencils are very easy to play with. And literally I have the blending brushes and the ink and that's it. I'm just blending it. It's so easy. Now I'm actually going to make the butterfly. And normally I was going to just do the stencils and layer them, but then I thought the image won't show up as clear, so I decided to stamp the butterfly down first, and then place the stencils over the stamped image, and I thought that would help better, and it did. That's the whole point of the layering stencils and the stamp. That's why I bought them together. So I'm going to start with the blue, and I am brushing the ink heavy. Now that I'm finished blending the inks, I'm going to go ahead and tape down the butterfly metal die, and the flowers, I'm going to tape those down, and I'll use those on a different project. And then I'm going to run that through my scissors. Be careful when you're taking the tape off your dies because you don't want to tear your actual die after taking the time to blend all the inks together. It was a lot of work, and that would be awful. I'm going to remove the chipboard butterfly in a minute, but first I'm going to blend the orange ink all over the butterfly. I didn't want the white edge, so I blended the ink over it. I'm removing the chipboard butterfly that I was going to use. Instead, I'm going to use the layered stencil that I made. And I'm moving embellishments around again. I'm just trying to fill in some of the space. And I'm looking through my laser dies and my other die cuts just to see if there's anything else I can use. I'm still determined to use balloons, but first I'm going to add some flowers since I had the cluster of leaves. I felt like I needed some flowers. And then I brought some flowers down at the bottom too, tucked one behind the butterfly and one slightly over the butterfly. And then I'm using some hemp string to tie through the tag. I usually have a hard time tying, but this one came together okay. And now I was going to use the swirl stamp, and I figured if I tried to do that, I was going to mess it up because of the transparent frame, so I just gave up on that. But then I saw I had the rubber and balloons, and I thought, hey, I can work with this. So I'm just not even going to fuss over it anymore. I want to use the balloons. I'm going to make it work. So I just stuck it down, no going back, and I am going to put that right there. Carefully lift the film strip off the rubber one and press down so that it's flat. And then I was going to use the chipboard balloon as a layer, but it didn't look right. So I wasn't happy with the butterfly either. So I took another piece of rubber one and I rubbed it all over the butterfly to try and get it to move with the layout more, because the embellishment in the paper is so bold, but that ink is a little too light for the layout. I'm hoping that the rubber ones will help blend that butterfly into the layout, and it won't be so noticeable. Then I'm going to add some squares and pop it on there. I'm okay with that. I like that. I'm going to add another balloon at the bottom. If you notice, everything is at the center of the layout from top to bottom, and I kind of like that design, but I felt like the bottom was missing something, so I added the balloon there. And I'm adding just a few more embellishments because obviously I don't have enough here, and I don't know when to stop. I will spend all day just adding embellishments on a layout because I enjoy it so much. And 49 in Market makes it very hard because they give you a lot for your money. You get a lot in those little packets, and you can get several projects out of the products, the packages of die cuts and papers. So I added some more string on the other tag. And then I'm still looking for some other embellishments to use. I wanted to use some hearts. So I'm going to glue the heart down over the balloon. And that's it. Done. Thank you so much for visiting today. Don't forget to like this post if I inspired you, and hop along to be inspired by the other design team members. Everything in this post is available at the shop. Thank you so much for visiting. We appreciate you. Have a great day.